Terribly exciting, isn't it, sir?
Why is that, George?
Well, one of these young ladies is slated to become Mrs. Rodney Strong.
I must say this eligible bachelor can do a lot worse than my Elizabeth.
My God.
Well, surely your husband doesn't think any of these young women capable of murder. Anybody's capable of murder.
Who would have the most to gain from Miss Embry's death?
Any one of them. The Strong's family fortune is considerable.
Mrs. Rodney Strong, you will be the toast of Toronto.
It hasn't happened yet.
You're here. Oh, don't despair. Surrender. It's easier. That's what you want, isn't it? It's what we all want. Freedom. Surrender and you can have it.
No, you're not real.
I'm not real, but I'm with you every day, aren't I? So, why don't you join me in death so I can leave you forever? Oh, that must hurt. Join me, Julia. Say goodbye to fear or guilt. Because that's what you really feel, isn't it? Killing me because you were jealous? That makes you a murderer. There's no way out of that.
Detective Murdoch.
Where's my wife?
She inside. We were all hurrying out. I was sure she was right behind me.
Where's the bloody fighting, Tom? Better wait here! Bloody hell! We need as much water as we can get! We'll move your bloody asses! Julia!
I'm just trying to look out for you, Nina.
I've survived 25 years on this earth without your help. I wager I'll survive 25 more.
Well, are you sure he's not taking advantage of you?
He's my brother. That's what family does for each other. There's a fire! Here? No, down on Melinda Street. Oh, Lord, that's where Sam's shop is.
Oh, my God. Higgins, round everybody up.
Give me your blanket. Here.
Nice idea.
Give it to me!
Hold on.
I've got you. Oh. You won't get some water on this building!
Go get enough.
Let's go! Pick it up! Take it away, ladies! Let's go! Daniel, you can't go back in! I'm sorry! No! Let me go! Your train is too dangerous!
George, stop!
You all right?
It's all right, Julia. Surrender, and it will all be better.
Elizabeth!
Are you all right?
Dr. Ogden's still himself.
Good Lord.
Hey, you!
Sir.
Lend a hand. Oh, of course. Grab the empties and refill. Excuse me, ladies, if you don't mind pitching in and grabbing a bucket.
Of course. Join me.
Julia! Julia!
You have any idea how it started? Are you burning anything in there? Oh, damn, you didn't do this. Take it easy, I'm just asking. Easy.
We'll take her from here, Detective, and there's others we need to tend to.
Right. If there's any change in her condition, you let me know, for better or for worse.
Of course, sir.
Thank you. How bad is it?
As far as I know, it's most of the city.
I've heard reports that it's raging from the Esplanade in the south to Melinda in the north. All of Wellington Street is ablaze, as is Bay. Over 100 buildings are burning. It's going to change the face of the city forever.
Detective Murdoch.
Miss James, how is she?
Her lungs were thick with smoke, and there are minor burns to her hands, but she's breathing well.
Thank God.
Were there many killed?
I don't know. I've heard no reports of fatalities as of yet.
Detective, Dr. Ogden said that there was someone else in there.
There was no one else in the building. I was in there.
She was convinced she saw Eva Pierce.
Good Lord, is that Canada Mills? Was.
Almost all of Bay Street gone, I heard. But there's only been one casualty, a man by the name of John Croft.
There was 3 pumper trucks up from Buffalo. We should get down there and lend the lad's hand.
Well, maybe the inspector will make some of his spicy chicken wings.
I think that will remain a treat only the inspector will enjoy. Sir.
Morning, lads. Stick the kettle on, Higgins. Sir. Seems we're the lucky ones. All got roofs over our heads.
Evans parents lost their entire business.
Bloody shame. Right, it's going to get a little bit crowded around here the next few days. The mayor has deemed all public buildings places of temporary refuge, so we'll be taking in boarders. He's also allocated money for the purchase of cots and supplies, so you'll need a promissory note for any merchant who's still in operation. Right, let's get to it. Let's try and make our guests stay as comfortable as possible.
Sir.
Crack on, Higgins.
Sir, I was just curious as to whether there'd been word of how the blaze started.
They're still investigating.
What do you mean, no telegrams? Check again. I should have a reply by now.
What is it?
Sir, I wired Scotland Yard days ago, and I still haven't received word back.
The telegraph lines have been destroyed. It'll be a few days before normal service is resumed. Not that they're our number one priority at the moment.
Of course.
How's Dr. Ogden?
Recovering.
Still, close bloody call. Your telegram likely doesn't matter much anyway, given that Lady Atherley and her daughter were the intended firebomb target. I'll wager that they're clear for the first murders.
I would have to agree with your assessment there. You think that was the cause of the fire?
Not according to the fire department. The firebomb was a secondary blaze.
Coincidence or clever cover?
We'll have to catch the bugger before we find that out.
Right. Would you like to see the debutantes?
Thought you'd never ask.
Ridiculous. I was at my parents' summer home. You can talk to the staff.
You weren't sticking around to see if you'd become the blushing bride?
I wasn't going to become that. It was clear Rodney Strong was going to pick that English tart.
Right. Where were you during the fire?
I was trapped in the lobby of the Belvedere Arms when the blaze broke out.
Can anyone confirm this?
I was with my parents. They've hardly let me out of their sight since the other girls started getting murdered. The doctor insisted I accompany her.
Miss Fairhurst? Miss Fairhurst? Were you...
What's wrong with her?
She's been this way since the fire. She was in Brown Brothers stationery when it started.
Miss Fairhurst, were you on Melinda Street at all yesterday?
Is it over?
Excuse me?
Fire, is it over? Can I go home?
You may have to face up to the fact that we're looking at this the wrong way. The killer may not be one of the debutantes after all.
Rodney Strong's fortune is a compelling motive.
It is, but none of them could have done it. I've been thinking, Murdoch. There may be a reason more twisted than that.
A sequential killer?
It might be best to consult your wife.
Oh, I'd rather not.
Fair enough.
I'm concerned about her, sir. She's been having delusions.
Delusions?
Yes, sir. Visions of Eva Pierce. That's why she went into the fire. Either to save her or to kill herself.
The doctor wouldn't do that.
Sir, she very nearly did.
Murdoch, perhaps the doctor can't heal herself.
Are you suggesting a psychiatrist? It's just that I thought you considered that field of study to be bunk.
Maybe I'm evolving, Murdoch. But if it is a sequential killer, we need the doctor's help.
One good thing about this, I can get my sister her precious money back. It may save me from being threatened by policemen.
Yeah, I apologize for that.
My tools and my supplies are all gone, and soon enough I will be as well.
Where? Are you sure? I mean, I think you've got a really good idea here. More and more people are buying autos every day, and nobody really knows how to fix them.
That's what I thought too.
Well, maybe you need a partner. I've got some savings.
You trust me with your money?
We'll see.
You're doing this to get in good with my sister.
I'm already in good with your sister. I'm doing this because I honestly think you have a solid idea.
Do you want your name on the sign?
I hadn't thought of that. But I like the idea, sure. Crabtree in bloom.
You saved us. Both my daughter and me. Why did you go back into the blaze? I thought that there was someone in there. We were alone. I heard someone. Detective Murdoch.
Lady Atherley?
Oh, please. After everything we've been through. Suzanne.
I was hoping to have a word with my wife.
Of course. We owe her a great deal, Elizabeth and I. Goodbye, Julia. Goodbye. I'll see myself out.
Thank you. How are you?
I can breathe.
Good. Good. Julia, when Miss James was attending to you, you told her that you saw Eva Pierce in the fire. Julia, please answer me.
I didn't have to kill her that day. The truth is, I think that I wanted to kill her. I'm no better than the people you catch. The people you hunt down.
Don't be ridiculous.
I'm not being ridiculous. I wanted her dead. And I murdered her.
It wasn't murder. I was there. The truth is, if you hadn't killed her, she surely would have killed you.
You were free. You would have stopped her.
I may have. But I can't say that I would have in time to save you. Not for certain.
Still.
Julia, you did what any normal person would have done. You were fighting for your own life. It wasn't murder. It was instinct.
I should rest.
I hope you don't turn out to be like every other man in here.
How's that?
Just another one trying to buy me.
Hardly. I think getting involved in your brother's business is just a smart idea.
I thought he was a criminal.
But in my experience, criminals often have good ideas. It's just the execution that's lacking.
So you trust him?
I think he deserves a second chance. Besides, I don't need to buy your affections.
Is that so?
I reckon most nights you could hardly wait to give them to me.
Oh, you should stay in bed.
I'm feeling a little better.
Good. Very good.
Simon Reynolds?
Yes, did jail time for viciously assaulting women in the Rosedale Valley.
Joseph Tilton?
3 counts of violating.
Why are you investigating these men?
I now have to be open to the idea that the person responsible for these murders could be a sequential killer.
The methods of murder are quite different. A knife, a gun, and a bomb.
Yes, but the characteristics of the victims are identical. All young women, rich, traveled in the same circles.
So you think the killer hates them because of their privilege?
Possibly.
So it could be either a man or a woman. A young girl, angry she's been denied the life her victims enjoyed. Or a man who hates them because he thinks they don't deserve what they have. Your theory is reasonable.
Thank you, but it was suggested to me by the inspector. He doesn't seem to think that this has anything to do with Mr. Strong.
And you agree with him?
Oh, I don't know, Julia. Every step I take leads to a dead end. But I can't help thinking that the murders are because of him.
Detective Murdoch. Julia, greetings. I have news, wondrous news. Oh, would you like a seat?
No. I'm here to present the City of Toronto's newest couple, Mr. and Mrs. Rodney Strong. Let us all toast the blessed union. Oops.
Well, this is certainly a whirlwind.
Well, I was operating under a tight time frame. It wouldn't have mattered. From the moment I laid eyes on her, I knew.
Who knew that true love could strike twice?
Well, Detective, Ruth was a mere trifle. First love. Dear, sad girl. This is different.
You don't let the detective upset you. I know firsthand he's a suspicious sort. Isn't that right? Besides, his wife is the reason you two are married. If she hadn't saved Elizabeth's life...
Yes, thank you, Dr. Ogden.
Why, hardly did... Oh, look at the time. Oh, you're expected elsewhere. Let's hurry along.
Oh, would you like to come with us? Some of Rodney's friends are throwing a fabulous party.
You go on. Congratulations.
Thank you. What is it?
Oh, it's likely nothing.
Go on.
Lady Atherley seems overly grateful.
Well, you did save her life.
Well, so she says. But the two of them were scant feet from the door when the blaze started. I hardly think they needed me to escape.
Be very careful. Do you recall where everyone was standing?
I was standing over there, and the two of them were standing right there.
So they could have seen the person with the firebomb approaching.
If they were looking in that direction.
Well, say they were. If they'd known that they were coming, they could have easily escaped from here.
Why would they willingly put themselves in danger?
It's better to appear as a potential victim than a potential murderer.
So you think Suzanne Atherley and her daughter are murdering all the debutantes in Toronto?
Julia, all I know is that Elizabeth Atherley is now married to one of the city's wealthiest men. A family that was facing penury is now set for life. Something that wasn't entirely possible when those other girls were still alive.
I know it's not ideal, but I'm sure the mayor is working quickly to secure more suitable lodging.
Where will children sleep?
In here as well, I'm afraid.
Next to the people they don't know?
Well, I'm sure they'll get to know them in time. Become one big happy family.
Iggies, get off your backside and look useful for once in your life.
Sir.
Sir, this is a ride for you. Apparently, they've restored telegraph service.
Apparently. Thank you.
No problem, sir.
All of this is already known to you.
Not all. You never mentioned a man named Trevor Cross.
And why would I?
He caused your family considerable embarrassment.
All the more reason for not mentioning him.
He was in a relationship with your daughter. A gardener with a member of the aristocracy.
An affair I had swiftly terminated.
You must see how this looks to me. Your daughter is in a scandalous affair, your family a laughingstock, and you are destitute. You lied out to Canada.
To start a new life. Many people do.
And 2 murders later, she has a wealthy new husband.
Yes. She's now a respectable married woman. Do you plan on arresting her for that?
No. But I do plan on fully exploring how that came to be.
I know all of this. Elizabeth told me.
Told you what?
Told me she was involved with a disreputable character while she was in England. It was a youthful indiscretion.
And her financial situation?
She made clear to me her family's diminished fortune.
Oh, I see.
No, I'm not sure you do, Detective, and I will make it plain. Her frankness in these matters is one of the reasons why I married her. More than her family name, her honesty bespeaks her character. Now, is that all?
I wish you all the happiness in the world.
Thank you. I feel that I've had more than my fair share of the other.
So does this mean you'll be spending all of your free time with my brother?
Well, I shouldn't say. He's nowhere near as good looking as you.
lucky day. I've decided to give you a chance at my heart, among other things.
Sorry, I can't. Henry. I just can't.
I thought you said your friend was interested in me.
I thought he was.
Help! Someone, please!
Thank you. She would have died quickly.
Do you think it could have been the same knife as the other victim?
It's too early to tell.
Of course.
Did you know her?
I interviewed her. She was one of the debutantes.
Hasn't Mr. Strong already married?
He has.
Then why kill her? Isn't it too late?
Perhaps someone was jealous of their good fortune? Doesn't make any sense.
Sir, I have somebody you should speak with. This is Colin Dunn.
Detective William Murdoch, Toronto
I've been
Constabulary.
around Toronto long enough to know who you are. Mr. Dunn saw the victim, sir.
Irma Fairhurst.
Yeah, that's her name. I saw her.
When?
Last night. Saw her leaving the Biltmore Hotel in quite a hurry. Yeah, she was upset, you see. And
Let the man speak, George.
well, she was crying. At least that's what it looked like to me. Whether she was upset, who could tell? Most women cry at the drop of a hat. Yeah, many men also.
Did you happen to see anyone following her?
I did not. But I did not lag. I had work to do. And like I said, crying woman.
Yes, of course. Thank you, sir. Very interesting.
What's that?
This gentleman saw the victim leaving the Biltmore Hotel.
That's where the Bachelor and his new bride are staying, sir. According to Madge Merton, they're occupying the entire top floor. You think it's the bloody Bachelor? Cool.
Well, sir, he knows all of the victims. He was on site for all of the murders, and he was at the fire.
Still, nothing concrete.
This man says he saw the latest victim leaving his hotel. With all of these circumstances,
I'd have a word.
She was here. What of it?
why?
She asked me to annul my marriage. But it's a little late for that now, I'm afraid.
She wanted you to end your marriage? For what reason?
She said she was in love with me. I said I was sorry. She told me these shocking lies about Elizabeth.
Would you care to share those?
I would not. And I very much doubt you can compel me to. As far as I'm concerned, she's a spoiled brat spreading scandal because she didn't get what she wanted. I'm done with her, you can tell her that.
She's dead, Mr. Strong.
She's dead.
We found her body in an alley last night. Her throat had been slit.
Oh, that's horrible. Does her family know?
They've been notified.
Oh, well, I apologize for what I said about her, but she upset me terribly.
Where were you last night, Mr. Strong?
I was with my wife.
Can she confirm this?
I would certainly say so.
I'd like to speak with her.
She's not in.
Well then, would you mind if I examined your hotel suite?
You may not.
Mr. Strong, what are you hiding?
Nothing. But I will not have you examining my marriage bed.
Very well. I'll be back.
If you wish to enter, I'll need to see a judge's warrant.
Of course.
Sir? Sir?
Rodney Strong has just left. Follow him.
Sir?
You leaving? Well, my daughter is now a respectable married woman. My work here is done, don't you think?
And Elizabeth?
We're all going home. Her, Rodney, and me. Thank you for your generosity and hospitality.
Allow me to accompany you to the train station. I'll just be a moment.
Julia, that certainly isn't necessary.
Nonsense. What sort of hostess would I be if I didn't see you off?
tray will be here shortly. There's no need to stay. Nonsense. Look, there he is. Rodney?
Lady Adderley.
Please. It's Mother now.
Dr. Ogden, I must apologize for our rather obnoxious behavior the other evening.
One never need apologize for high spirits. And again, congratulations, Mr. Strong.
Thank you.
And where's Elizabeth?
She said she would meet me here shortly. This is all quite exciting. I've never been overseas before.
We'll be together soon enough. Kissed a man's wife. Don't think you can arrest me for that.
From the looks of things, you've done far more than that, Mr. Bishop.
Goodbye, Dr. Ogden.
Safe travel.
No one's going anywhere. I'd like a word with you two.
Oh, I think we've spoken enough.
This time we'll be discussing the truth. George, arrest them.
Oh, take your hands off me. My God. Trevor Cross. The hell are you doing here? Let him go! Go. Let go of him. Let him go. Elizabeth.
You would kill your own mother.
Elizabeth.
I said let go of him.
Let him go.
Elizabeth, she's your mother.
Who tried to ruin my life?
We need a carriage now.
All I wanted was to be with him, and she wouldn't let me.
Get us the carriage.
Shut up.
Yes, you'll have it. Let her go.
We'll let her go when we're good and ready.
He doesn't love you. What man would allow you to marry another if he truly loved you? He's using you more than your mother ever did.
That's not true.
He killed them, didn't he? Elizabeth, you're not a murderer, you're just desperate. With all that money, he'll likely kill you next.
Don't listen to her.
Why, Mr. Bishop? Because it's true.
Let me go. Please.
Elizabeth, I love you. No matter what he did.
Don't listen to them. Listen to me.
If you kill her, you'll never be the person you once were. You'll be changed forever, believe me. You're not a murderer, Elizabeth. You know that.
Bastard!
All right, get up.
It was easy. The poor man fell for me.
Why did he agree to go to England with you?
He still felt he could win my heart.
Even after he found out about you and Trevor?
Well, he didn't find out. I told him about Trevor. After the marriage was consummated, of course.
And he still wanted to be with you?
It's amazing what men will believe possible.
And why did you let him come?
Well, there was no reason to kill him.
And there was the matter of changing his will, of course.
There was that.
I'll be charging you with murder.
What? No, I was duplicitous, but I didn't murder any of them.
Well, that would contradict Mr. Cross's statement. He's agreed to sign my report.
This is a lie. This is a lie. He killed them, not me. No, he killed Ruth as she was the only one standing in my way.
And Faye Sloan?
She was too nosy. He said it was only a matter of time before she found out about us.
And what of poor Irma? She was killed long after you'd already gotten what you wanted.
Well, she saw Trevor and I together.
You knew of all of these murders,
Yes, I did.
and yet you did nothing.
No.
Hardly the actions of a desperate woman,
Detective Murdoch. My mother knew nothing of this.
Mr. Cross returned to Canada after the dissolution of his relationship with your daughter. He befriended Mr. Strong and knew of the necessity that he married. When he learned that you and your daughter were immigrating to...
He killed them all so that Elizabeth could marry. Did Elizabeth know of this?
I'm afraid so.
Will she be executed?
It's not for me to say. But she'll most certainly be imprisoned.
This is all my fault.
You tried to give her a better life.
I should have let her choose her own.
Ladies and gentlemen, the mayor wanted to pass on the news that as of tomorrow, you'll be rehoused in the armory. Enjoy your final evening here at Station House 4. Thank you.
Sir?
What is it, Higgins?
Sir, I'm placing myself in your custody.
Bloody hell. You better have a seat and I'd better have a drink. So why am I arresting you?
Because I am a scoundrel, sir, and a coward.
And you have been for years. So what brings you here now?
I started it.
Started what?
The fire, sir. The fire that has caused all these good people such distress, sir. It was me.
And how in God's name did you do that, Higgins?
My cigar started it, sir. I hardly think it's funny, sir.
You didn't start the fire, Higgins. The fire department have released a report. They believe it was a faulty stove.
So it wasn't me?
I'm afraid you won't be able to add starting the Great Fire of Toronto to the list of your accomplishments.
Well, thank you, sir.
Higgins.
Sir?
Good lad. Coming forward like that.
Well, thank you, sir. Now, if you don't mind, there's a woman I need to apologize to.
Apologies to both the woman and for doing something you didn't do. Just another day in the life of Henry Higgins.
Yes, sir.
Sorry, sir.
I think this could prove an even better location.
I can't think of a better place to get one's auto fixed. Although I still think Crabtree and Bloom would have rolled off the tongue a little easier.
Thank you for all your help, George.
I'm sure you'll do roaring business, Sam.
So do I. You there. Would you like to come take a look inside? Hello.
You realize what you've done, don't you, George?
What's that?
You've inserted yourself directly into our family.
Yes, I suppose I have.
I wonder how that'll work out for you.
What do you mean by that?
Well, he hasn't really been successful at much. I do hope you have deep pockets.
William, how much longer?
Just a moment. You can open them now.
Oh, it's beautiful, William.
Yes, it is. And where are you?
I'd say I'm looking east over the Don River.
No. You are in the master bedroom. I'm in the dining room. To my left is the sitting room. What do you think?
In the middle of nature, in the middle of the city. It's wonderful, William.
What?
Well, don't you think we'd be better on the other side? I mean, I'd much prefer to watch a sunset than a sunrise.
Well, I'm not quite sure.
William, I'm teasing. It's perfect.
Oh, good. I'll place the offer in the morning. Now, what you didn't see on the way in...
William, I know now that I did what I had to do.
Yes, you did. And Eva Pierce?
She's gone, William. Gone for good.
Good. Good. Now, since this will be a thoroughly modern home, I have an idea of how we could recruit energy from the planet itself.
On the next Shoot the Messenger.
This is war, and we are warriors!
We're initiating an independent commission to investigate instances of suspected police corruption and misconduct. Shoot the Messenger, next on CBC.
I commission you take a picture of me. I pay to you 1 pop
Every day for the rest of our life.
Can we change it to a bag of chips?
Small bag only, ketchup chip, not included.
We got married. A new season of Mr. D.
No one can know about this.
Obviously. Begins Tuesday at 9:30 on CBC.